A warrior in tears. This video is for business owners, for creators, for you who feel a calling to serve people, for you who feel a calling that there's something bigger waiting for you who feel a calling that there's something that has been holding you back. I'm going to share an honest story with you that happened for me this weekend, but it's an image, it's a metaphor for what is holding us back and also how to rise. And I'm going to share it in a warrior style. First of all, if you are a business owner, if you are a creator, if you want to expand, if you want to rise, expand your financial situation, your joy, your love, expand your living experience, then first of all, please do subscribe to this channel, because this is what it's all about. Real life stories to help people grow and expand. So, first of all, I've kind of always seen myself as a warrior, and described like when something was calling for me, whatever that was, I went through any obstacles to get it or to do it or to become it, or whatever you want to use as an image for that. I would do anything. And like, show me an obstacle and I'll find a way through it. I believe now it's kind of how I am wired, and I believe many business owners are the same way in many ways. This weekend, something happened to me that brought up some of the things when I speak about warrior. I was away on a special seminar with a special person this weekend. I was in Hamburg in Europe. And when I say special person, it's a person that I've known for 14 years now, who is a big part of my heart. He's a brother of mine, and he was leading the stage, he was leading the room, and he was the first coach that I ever did coaching with. And our relationship, the coaching relationship, was around 4 years. And I'm sharing this because something came up at the seminar that got me re-experiencing something that I went through many years ago. And in 2012, 13, 14, when I was on my path of getting out of a $1.5 million debt after the financial crisis and bad investments, and I grew a company from 0 to 60 people in less than 4 years, and I started a teaching and seminar and coaching business also in those 4 years. That was also the warrior spirit in me, even though at my darkest place that time I was ready to give up. As I've explained, there was like this lightning coming through me, and I built all of that in less than 4 years. That was the warrior spirit. What I remembered this weekend was that many years ago, I was so amazed by, when I was a kid, I was amazed by ninjas, I was amazed by Kung Fu and Bruce Lee, and also later on I became amazed by samurais. And samurais, the meaning of samurai is simple, and I was reminded this weekend of this, and I was also reminded this weekend of a special thing that I did to become a special kind of a warrior. I cannot say more than that. The meaning of a samurai is simple. It is one who serves. And when I heard this, something clicked in me again this weekend. Because recently the last period, and I shared that too in videos, I've been feeling some fire inside of me again. And it has led me to actually go to Hamburg. It's also led me to build my community for business owners and creators who want to manifest better things in their life, more success, more money, more love. And what reignited this weekend was this oath of that fire of being here to serve, to help people rise. Maybe you know what I'm speaking about. As a business owner, as a leader, you have, like I have, the opportunity to help people rise. And one part of rising, sometimes one part of rising means going through darkness. And I've shared this too in videos. I went through a very, very dark phase in my life for years after a 6-year relationship that destroyed me. And this weekend, so many people asked me, Michael, how do you have this energy? And also when they learned my story, they asked, why are you back at this seminar? Because I joined it in 2012. It was part of my journey of expanding. And like I said, what came to me this weekend was that I met a vampire, Dracula, and that vampire just sucked my blood out, my energy out, my life, spirit, and force out of me. So after the 6 years, I was just like an empty shell. That was that woman. Manipulation and lies and so many bad things. And when we go through a phase of darkness, most people are running away from it. Hold on with me here. I'm coming to make it all to make sense with the warrior and the warrior in tears. Some of us go through what people call the dark night of the soul. There's even a book around this. So if you know depression, if you know that things are dark and tough and it feels like there's nothing more worth, could be what some calls the dark night of the soul. And I've been through that for years. This weekend, I touched it for a moment. Now, in one exercise, I'm not going in details or anything, but in one exercise, I could feel that my system this year was trying to protect me. See, what happens for most people is that they run around with a lot of unsolved emotions, unsolved traumas, unsolved energies, unsaid things. And it's holding us down as people. It's heavy, it's dark, it's holding us down. It's the reason why there's so much. Many people have experienced so much sickness in their life until they began to release those energies. Then the body could flow again. And so many people are holding themselves back, not consciously, but holding themselves back from what they could achieve, what they could become, what they could experience in this life because of all this unresolved or the stuck energies and emotions. So I had this thing coming up and I felt my system was trying to protect me, trying to keep me from feelings that was coming up. Now I've been through all of this, so I noticed it. I was aware that, okay, now the feelings are rising. See, what happened before when I was hustling and grinding as a business owner? Both when I was in the big debt or ended up in the big debt, but also after, because I hadn't gone deep enough with those things. What I learned when I look back is that most of us are so busy doing a lot of things. We're so busy. But for many, that busyness can be a way to protect ourselves from actually feeling all those stuck energies. Life experiences that has not been released or shifted or transformed. So again, I noticed this, and because I've done the work, I also knew that the warrior in me doesn't run from that. The warrior spirit in me doesn't run from that. The warrior spirit in me stays with it. So I stayed with what came up, and this is my experience just a couple of days ago. First tears came, and then more tears came, and then more tears came. And then my whole body was crying, like really crying. And I can tell you that it was not controlled. It was not pretty. But I can also tell you this is real stuff. This is real. That's why I say warrior in tears. It doesn't look pretty. But I can also say that honestly, I don't care anymore how it looks. Because I know what it is. Again, that's stored energy, unresolved stories not shared, stories not explained, energy that's frozen from life experiences from long before. And things that has been held in the inside that's now ready to be released. And when we are running away from feeling this, from staying present with this, it's not going to be released. It's going to be in there, and it's going to keep on holding you back until it gets released. So I had a big one of those, and someone at the seminar asked me, okay, how come that if you've been doing this for so many years that it still happens? Now here is the truth. I don't know how come, and I don't know why, but I do know this. The warrior spirit knows this, that I stay with whatever shows up in moments like that. And to me, that is the path of the warrior. It's not to push, but to feel, to face, and to stay. Doesn't matter if physically you're a man or a woman, a leader or a builder. If you are someone, a business owner, a creator, someone who has this calling of something more, something that's expanding, something that's calling for you. And maybe you even have this calling somewhere inside of you. There's this, I'm here to serve. I am here to serve. When we must go through this, we must go through these things ourselves to be able to serve. So when obstacles shows up in the outer world, in the inner world, face them. This is courage. This is real courage. This is the warrior. Face them. Not trying to break it down, not trying to just push through it, but face them and be with them and allow. And I say courage because then there's the social media thing, or there's the movie, or there's alcohol, or there's friends calling, or there's things we can do all the time, or we can keep ourselves busy with trying to solve things in our business, pushing it. So instead, what I'm talking about here is actually to find the courage, the warrior spirit, and be willing to go through these things ourselves. The pain, the tears, the joy, and still show up. Still show up for the people that we're here to serve. If you're a business owner and you have a team, same thing. I mean, if you really want to grow your team to the next level, to the next level, this kind of work, I know it doesn't sound sexy, but this is the work that will free yourself up. So keep showing up, just like I felt sharing this with you. This is a part of a community that I'm building. And it's unfolding, it's evolving all the time. It's for business owners, it's for leaders, it's for creators. People who feel something inside them. There's like a calling towards something. Maybe you're not clear about what it is. Maybe you just feel something is holding you back. Maybe you've made a lot of success, but still something is holding you back. You're really not experiencing your life and enjoying it fully. Then this is for you. So the link to the community is below, so you can check it out. It's free, and it is that because I'm still building it. And also, we got a 7-day challenge in there. I call it the Manifestation Reset Challenge. And this is not a pushing, this is not a grinding, this is not a move with 180 per hour. This is a very calm, very you with you 7-day challenge for you to reconnect with yourself, starting to be and join yourself. So if this anyhow it speaks to you, just check it out. The link is below, and you're more than welcome. If you feel that you're the right one, if this calls for you, it's probably because you are the right one. So come join us. All right? See you in the next one. Warrior in Tears.